All right, everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil. And because we only have a little bit less than a day left on these Lightspeed bundles, I did want to take a minute and talk about the value of each of these if you haven't purchased them already. I apologize I did not get this out sooner. To be, completely upfront, on Friday I had a day off of work because my wife had some weddings and we couldn't get coverage for the kids, so I spent the day with my two little girls. And then Saturday was my oldest daughter, Harper. She turned 6 years old. Harper is 6. So we were celebrating her birthday on Saturday. And then yesterday I was spending my day doing yard work because I wasn't home at all on Saturday because we were celebrating. So it was really hard for me to get content out during those 3 days. So I do apologize, and I would have tried to get this out sooner. So we're going to be making up for that. So before we do, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let's give a huge shout out to our channel members, as always, for all the continued support, love that they give. You guys are the best, and I really appreciate everything you do. If you're ever interested, link below, along link to our Discord server. Go check it out. Really appreciate it, guys. Let's get in here. Let's break down these Lightspeed bundles and talk about their value now that they are here and the price point is there. All right, so we're just going to work in, a little bit of an order here. So we're going to start actually with the Shadows of the Empire 2. This one is giving you all of these characters at Relic 5. I actually really like this one if you don't have these characters already. I happen to have purchased this Lightspeed bundle before, when it just gave you the Relic 3 characters, and Stormtrooper Han was not included. So if you were to look in my account, Han was not included in that bundle. If you go to the Rebels here, you'll see like Stormtrooper Han still sitting here, but like Biggs, Farm Boy Wedge, Princess Leia, Sabine, Zeb, Admiral Akbar, Chopper, they're all at Relic 3. Kanan is Relic 3. I've had to boost Ezra up for other things, and he'll have to go up again for Hondo. But they're all at Relic 3, right? I purchased that bundle, Relic 3. If you bought it before, I don't know that it's worth buying it again to go to Relic 5. Only because you're not getting as much value from the signal data. You're not getting as much value from the relic materials because you've already, you sunk the money in here. I know this would never happen, so I'm just going to say it and say I know it would never happen. It would be nice if Capital Games would give me the discount to say, hey, Phil, you already purchased, the first one. We're going to take that cost out of this, and now you're just going to pay for taking these characters to Relic 5. I think that would be great. I know they'll never do that, but hey, a man can wish. So this one for me, if you don't have a lot of these characters at Relic levels, this is a very smart purchase for setting your account up for long-term success. However, of the bundles here, it is still not what I would consider to be the most game-changing for your roster. While there are some very good Galactic Legend requirements in here, none of them take a lot of Kyrotech. Some of them don't even take all of the Relic 5s. So there is some just extra stuff thrown in here. In fact, of the GL requirements here that need to be Relic 5, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's only 4 characters here that need to be Relic 5, or maybe higher. Everybody else, if they're required for GLs like Wedge, Biggs, Admiral Akbar, they are Relic 3 requirements. So there's some GL Rex, there's some not. The entire Phoenix crew, Hera and Ezra, are the only 2 Galactic Legend requirements. And, so it looks like you're getting a lot, and you are, but there's a lot of just extra fluff that can be solid, but not as valuable as maybe some of these other packs. So then we get to the Ewok bundle. The C-3PO number 2. I would completely avoid this like the plague. You only need one of these characters at Relic 7 for a Galactic Legend, and that is Princess Nessa here. She's the only one you need at Relic 7. The only 2 other Ewoks you even need at Relics right now in the game is Wicket at Relic 3 and Chief Chirpa at Relic 3. I just don't know that $25 is a smart enough buy to just get one character to the Relic level you need and then fluff on everybody else. Is this great for Galactic Power? Absolutely. Are Ewoks worth the Relic 7, in my personal opinion? No. I know Gerbil's going to come and potentially comment and say that his Relic 9 Ewoks got holds in GAC, but I can't tell you the last time that I saw Ewoks in a Grand Arena. But, it's just one of those things. So for me, this is a pass simply because in terms of Galactic Legends, in terms of overall roster progression, this one definitely the weakest. Next, we get the R2-D2 Lightspeed Bundle 2. This one is giving you Moff Gideon, Dark Trooper, Death Trooper, Range Trooper, Shore Trooper, and Scout Trooper, all at Relic 7. For my account, I actually really like this. I have my, if we went to my Imperial Troopers here just to show you, my Imperial Troopers, I have a Relic 7 Scout Trooper already because she's the Leia requirement. And yes, Scout Trooper is a she. If you've never read where it says her turn meter, she gains. So Scout Trooper is a woman. They had to throw that in, right? Anyway, so Scout Trooper, I have at Relic 7 for Leia. My Moff Gideon and Dark Trooper are both at Relic 5, so they would gain to the Relic 7 levels. And then I would gain 7 relics on Shore Trooper, 7 on range, 4 on range and 4 on Death Trooper, which would be very solid, right? I can't say that would not be beneficial to me, especially because both Death Trooper and Shore Trooper are pilots for TIE Reaper. So this would make this ship much more competitive, would make it a lot better. For my account, I really like this because of where I sit in the game. For most of you, I would probably venture to say this is not worth the price point. While it's really nice, you're only getting one Galactic Legend requirement here. Everything else is kind of filler. Listen, I'm not going to say it isn't good, but I'm kind of basing this off of how I think it's going to impact your account. And if the only thing you need is a Relic 7 Scout Trooper, I just don't think this is worth enough of the investment. I recognize for a lot of you, you love to rip Lightspeed bundles. I'm trying to get it into your brain that, do you feel that $25 because better spent here or better spent trying to get some Zetas or buy an episode pass, something else, right? That if you're like, well, Phil, I would spend the money anyway. Okay, well then maybe buy something like an episode pass or something. But the big one here, the one I think that is the most valuable is this Leia bundle. Which is going to sound shocking because you're going to say, why would I need Lando, Admiral Akbar, and Lobot to Relic 7? And I would, agree with you. But you need Captain Rex, Captain Drogon, and 3PO and Chewie at Relic 7 for Galactic Legend Leia. Those are also 3 extremely valuable characters at every level of the game, right? The Imperial Troopers, these guys for R2-D2, they are very good characters, but there's a lot of Zeta investment here. You've got to have some of those other characters. And even then, right, in terms of trying to progress your account forward, only Scout Trooper is required for a GL in this bundle. And looking at that comparative to Leia, all of these characters are required for a GL, just most of them are not needed at Relic 7, right, with Relic 3 for Lobot and Admiral Akbar, and then Relic 5 for Lando. Look, I like this one the most because of Drogon, because of Captain Rex, and because of 3PO and Chewie. Where the rest of these guys, as good as they can be, they're not, only one of them is needed to do anything else in the game. With that said, if I was to rank these, and again, obviously if you don't get it, Leia's the best, right? I would rank it in terms of saying I think Leia is the best bundle, and then I think the second best one in terms of what you're getting to your roster, I would probably put Shadows of the Empire number 2, then the R2-D2 bundle, and then the C-3PO bundle. And I say that with the mindset of looking, okay, you're trying to make your roster as good as possible, trying to check as many boxes as possible. This is the value you're getting. If you think of it from a, hey, is this worth $25? 6 Relic 7s, if you don't have any of them, yeah, it's ridiculous value, especially given that Scout Trooper, Moff Gideon, and Dark Trooper are all heavy Kyrotech characters. Yeah, it's huge. Just trying to paint that picture for you a little bit, that the Relic 7s are awesome, and especially comparative to the Ewoks. I mean, Scout Trooper, these characters can be very good, like especially these 3 right here can be very good with Iden. You can use a couple of these guys with Dark Trooper, Moff Gideon. So there is a ton of value in that bundle. If you have other things, if you don't have that stuff, I'd argue this one does lose some of the value if you don't have the supporting cast to take full advantage of those characters. That's kind of why we're devaluing that R2-D2 Lightspeed bundle, where like if you combined this one here and this one here, you're well on your way to Leia. You're going to have a good Phoenix team with Captain Rex. You're going to have progress towards Jedi Master Luke. It really will set you apart and set you up for success later on down the road, which again is the most important thing in this game, right? Setting up that progress to be best down the road. With that said, folks, like, subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts. Did you buy any of these? Sorry I did not get this out earlier. If you're still watching, go ahead in the comments and say, Phil, you're an idiot. Should have gotten this out earlier. I love you all. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.